Welcome back. Hello, lads. Hello, ladies. And welcome back for another live stream. It's Monday, which means one thing. We are going through Saturday's eventful fixtures. And I mean eventful. We had red cards, last-minute winners, screamers from our own half. We had three of the playoff teams winning. The other side didn't play. The league leaders losing for the first time since the opening day, and CREWE getting on the board. But before we get into today's 11 fixtures, and then we're going to have a look at the recent form, the last 6 games, the top 6 and the bottom 6. We're also going to have a look at that League One table before we go into tomorrow's 12 crunching ties. There are some belters, including Wimbledon against CREWE, IPSWICH against Rotherham, Lincoln against Portsmouth, and Charlton travelling to Morecambe, all amongst them. But we're going to say hello to our chat. Can you see me? Can you hear me okay, guys? We make Mondays good. That is what we try and do when we're talking about League One. And we're not talking about Fleetwood, which, to be fair, next season, which we won't be doing in this League One Roundup, which will make Monday even better. Welcome, everyone, one and all. Hello. Blues winning in the last minute. Yep, great result for them. Cole the goal strikes again. Does he? Yes, we hear you. Perfect. Good evening. Hi, Ben. Shaping up to be a mini league of current bottom 7 in League One. I said this, Tony, a couple of weeks ago, if you remember. I said there'll be a bottom 6, but I believe Accrington could be in that because of the size of the squad. It could be. I said that they're always between the top 9 currently. Portsmouth have crept up into it, to be fair. So it could be like the top 10 and the bottom 7. And, clubs like Cambridge, who aren't on the greatest of form right now, Bolton are up and down, Lincoln are up and down, could eventually join that. But we're going to get that in today's stream. Thanks for joining, Tony. Perfect. Great one for Sheffield Wednesday, where we are going to go first. Now, guys, if you're watching this back as a video, don't you worry, we'll have all timestamps down below, and I will remember to do it this time. Bit poor for me on Saturday. Want to win? Well, Accrington beat. Accrington played Sheffield Wednesday, and Sheffield Wednesday did come on top and won by 3 goals to 2. They were 3-0 up very early, were the visitors, and that puts them up to 7th. And again, only 2 points off the playoffs. Corneboo, Kamari, and Dunkley with the goals. Again, the performance of late hasn't been the greatest. They've drawn a lot. But you've still got to say, fair play. They've only lost 1 game in 12 as well. The problem is with that, they've only won 4 of those and they've drawn 7, which is okay. It averages out as over 1.5 points a game. But Sheffield Wednesday want to be nearer to 2 points per game. Over 1.5, really. But again, Accrington's a tough place to go to. They've only lost 3 home games this season. And, they're to Wigan, who currently sit 3rd, lost 4-1. Plymouth 4-1, who currently sit at top of the league, and that was to Sheffield Wednesday. So all their 3 home defeats this season have been to teams in that top 7. Maybe an area of weakness. And for them, they did come back. Marshall and Mumgarno, who's on loan. I think it's from Burnley at the moment. Doing really well. There's no winning 4 now. A disappointing result in the Emirates FA Cup. They did hammer Fleetwood in the Papa John's trophy by 4 goals to 1. 2 screamers. One from Ethan Hamilton, who I'm a big fan of. But again, they'll be more than okay. Got a couple of tough fixtures coming up. I know they've got to travel to Burton in a game or so. But again, Accrington are on the slide. They're currently 17th. They're 6 points above the drop. They're 10 points above the players. Whereas a couple of days ago when we were speaking, they were level pegging on playoffs and relegation, and that's what one result can change the season. All of a sudden, they're looking behind themselves and looking up the table. But Accrington Stanley, this season, that's 6 wins from the first 17. They've lost 8. They conceded 32 goals, which is the most in League One, which needs addressing really. They have got goals in that side. I like a lot of their players, but defensively, in my opinion, I don't think they are good enough. And Accrington Stanley, if they want to stay in League One, they have to get back to basics. And they've got to have that current. John Coleman's side, in my opinion, are not like a Sean Dyche's Burnley side, where the hard, resolute, hard to break down, good morals, and that's what they've got. But Accrington, I'm disappointed on this one. And we're going to go to probably result of the weekend. It's Charlton Athletic 2, Plymouth Argyle 0. And that is 4 wins from 5 under Johnny Jackson for the Addicts. They've only conceded 1 goal, and that is to Rotherham, who are currently 11 unbeaten, winning 7 of those 11. Purrington and Connor Washington on the score sheet. They are flying up to that table, and they are in the top half, and they're only 9 points off the playoffs, 7 above the drop. They are on fine form at the moment. 2-0 home win. They packed out the Valley. Plymouth took a great 3,000 fans. It's their first defeat in 16 games. They went 16 without. They won 10 of those, drew 6. Again, both games you've lost this season have been by 2 goals to 0. I wouldn't get wouldn't get on the high horse yet. You're going to lose a game of football. It was going to come eventually. It's all about how they bounce back. It's been, I don't want to say it's been coming, but there's been signs of a bit tired this year. They took to the replay. I know they made a lot of changes, but you want to you don't want to go, you want to go, 25, 26 without a win, but that loss, when Fleetwood went 18 unbeaten, it's that loss that kills you. And I don't think that will kill Plymouth. I think the team spirit is there. The togetherness is there. The problem that they've got, the next few games are Wycombe at home, Wigan at home, MK Dons away, Sunderland away, Charlton at home. Then I think they play Wimbledon at home. Then they play Portsmouth. So in the next 7 games, they're playing 6 sides that are looking for promotion. And that is make or break for their season. And they've done very well to get where they are, but they need to keep winning. They need to keep that morale going into Christmas and get to January. That is the biggest period in the season. Get to January, reinforce, add to your squad, and go again. I just hope they haven't just lost it too early. But I'd be absolutely off my rocker if I was denying Plymouth after 1 defeat in 17 games, after being so brilliant all season. And they're playing Charlton, who by the minute have got such a good feel factor around them. A packed Valley, playing good football with freedom. They've got Dobson was outstanding the other day, absolutely outstanding. Connor Washington, Lee was outstanding as well. Everyone's fighting for that manager. The owner doesn't want to give him the job just yet. I can understand that. He's only been in the job, 5 games. It could be just a honeymoon period. You've seen it with many managers. You saw with, Hasselbank last year, who does want the Charlton job, the former Addict. But a great result for the Addicts, and another great result for Cheltenham Town, 2-1, who are just in front of the Addicts, 23 points from their first 17 games in League One. What a job Michael Duffy's doing. No plaudits at all. No one really mentions Cheltenham. Cheltenham go under the radar every week. They're only 8 points off their playoffs. They're 8 points above the bottom 4, which they'll be more glad about. And I don't think they'll be looking at the top 6. But again, 6 wins from the 17 games. Drawn 5, lost 6. So again, that is a sign of a good side when you come up. Win 1, draw 1, lose 1. That is the best way to go about it if you want to stay in League One. They scored 22. They've only let in 28 goals. They're very solid at the back. They're only a point behind Ipswich, who spent big in the summer. Great result for them. Thomas and Joseph getting the goals. Joseph is 4 goals for him now since his January arrival. At home, they have won 5 of their 9 games, won 5, drawn 2, lost 2. But on the road, they have found it tough. 1 win, 3 draws, 4 defeats. But they're playing a Shrewsbury side with the second worst away record in League One. Only Doncaster have a worse. They've only picked up 2 points from their 9 away games. But they've only conceded 14 in those 9 away games, where a lot around them have conceded a lot more. In the bottom 4 of away form, they've conceded the least. So positive signs. Shrewsbury are getting battered. They're still in games to fighting, and that's what I find from it. A Steve Cottrell's side. I really like him. They were 1-0 up. Adowa got the goal. They went down to 10 men. that probably changed the game. Well, it did change the game, and they scored from that result in penalty. Leahy getting an assist again. He's been outstanding. Since joining, 4 goals, 3 assists. What do we expect? He was outstanding in a very average and a very poor Bristol Rovers side last season. But what a result for Crewe Alexandra, who I'm buzzing for them, really. I know they're in a dogfight with my team, getting into double figures, getting their 2nd win of the season. And that's only their 2nd win in 18 games this season. Both have come at home. Chris Long, the former Fleetwood man, and Lowry getting the goals. Again, great result for them, great feel factor, and they can go off bottom with a win at Wimbledon tomorrow, who are struggling. Wimbledon will come to just in a bit, but Gillingham have only got that 1 win in 10 away. They have drawn 5, lost 4. Won 1. They got a great result at Sheffield Wednesday last year. They've only scored 9 goals away from home, and that is the trouble. When you're not scoring goals. For example, but to be fair, they've only scored 7 goals at home. So, goals are where they're struggling. They've got, Oliver there, Kyle Dempsey capable of scoring. I know they lost Jordan Gravy, was a lot, to do with their creativity, assist, pre-assist, creating moves. They've got Ollie Lee as well as a good player, but a great result for Crewe, closing the gap on Doncaster, Fleetwood and Shrewsbury. But still a lot of work to be done. We're going to come to your comments before we get on to the next batch of 4 fixtures. If you could like this stream, that'd be massively appreciated. And if you could subscribe down below, that'll go a long way as well. We are on the road to 8,000 subscribers. We're trying to hit it by Christmas Day. We're 440 off, and I need your help. Click subscribe. Loads of League One content coming your way. We'll have another one of these on Thursday. Can't do Wednesday due to work commitments. Well done, Charlton. You're not too far from our stadium in the northwest of London. Sheffield Wednesday said defenders, Mendes, Lang, a decent signing for them. IMO, exactly, if he can concentrate on his football. Papa John's trophy better than the Papa John's trophy. Salford's offer, yes, nice one, mate. Was in Morecambe Saturday. Exactly. Exactly. Great goal from Stockton. We'll come to in a bit. I'm currently doing some shopping. I have to tune into the stream. Oh, love that. What a man. Thank you for tuning in. I can see all your comments, guys. I appreciate them. Coming in, Fleetwood and Watford almost identical. Same look, same ship, relegation battle. Great result for Watford the other day. Good evening, Ben. Good evening, mate. Good evening, Chris. Win or lose tomorrow. We'll come to that in a minute. Hello, Ian. Hello, all. All's okay. So busy with work. Very good. Well, Doncaster 0, Lincoln 0. A great result for Doncaster. They won 2 of the first 10 games, drew 1, lost 7 of those first 10. Since then, to be fair, they've only lost 3 of the last 10, so slightly improving. They've drawn 3. Clean sheet at home. They're actually not too bad at home, Doncaster. That's positive signs. You can say 2 clean sheets in 2 games. They were conceding a lot. Conceded 29 in the previous 15. So, they were nearly to a game, and they've slammed that average down quite a lot. Crewe have conceded 31 now, and Accrington are on 32. Morecambe are on 31 as well. There's a couple of others on. I think Cambridge on 31. There's a lot of teams conceding goals, but Doncaster just improving that a bit. Lincoln are on, good, decent form, decent set. That's only 1 defeat. In 7, they've drawn the last 2 games as well. Out of those 7, they've only won 2, but they've got the 7th best away record in League One. They've only lost once. They've won 3, drawn 3, lost once, and they've been to some tough places in that run. Sheffield Wednesday away, they got a point. They went to where did they go recently? They've been to a lot of the better sides and got results. They went to Wigan as well, got a great result there, won 2-1. A fact that that consistency where they got last season, where they were hard to beat, hard to break down, and won 5, drawn 6, lost 6, isn't the greatest of records for Lincoln. However, I do believe the end of the season they'll be higher when there they are. They are only 9 points off the playoffs, but I think this season is a steady season for them, and you don't want to go what Shrewsbury and Fleetwood did straight after going to the top 6 fight, go into a bottom 4, bottom 6 fight. The way off that, they've got a compliment manager for that, and I like them a lot. Fleetwood 1, Morecambe 2. Morecambe outstanding, absolutely outstanding. And they got the goal. Jones got it, great free kick on loan from Hull City. And that's only the second away win of the season. They did beat CREWE. So what they are doing, they're going to sides in that bottom 4 and getting results. I know it was a disappointing result away at Doncaster. I get that. But forgetting that, they're getting, don't lose to them, and that's what they have done. They got a point, 3 points. Lancashire Derby up for it. There's only a point between it, 2 places above, and it's one of those when it's only a point between the bottom 4 because we'd have gone above them, they would have been more in trouble, and then even with a draw, they would have only been a point above the relegation zone. It's just one of those situations, and they got that 3 points, got that platform, and when they went 1-0 up, their game management was absolutely superb. I thought. I like what Stephen Robinson said before the game. I listened to every manager's pre-match interview before we play them, and he said basically whenever they scored a goal, they've gone and tried and killed it off, just try and get in another goal just to try and settle the nerves. They didn't do that. They had time to sit back, relax. Fleetwood didn't really danger them. They got into a very good shape, very formatted, very rigid, hard to break down, and they had the players. Genoa up front. Stockton's always a good man. To hit a younger up front, you steal in midfield. I thought Anthony O'Connor was superb. The goalkeeper didn't have much to do. Greg Lee was outstanding at fullback. Again, great result for them. They had 7 shots on target away at Fleetwood, which says how easy Fleetwood are to play against. Before this game, they've lost 5 of the last 6 games as well. Stockton scored 12 goals now. He scored an absolutely outstanding goal. Fleetwood did get back into it. I thought Fleetwood, for 5 minutes, shaded the game. Didn't do much with the possession. Johnson, again, 8 goals from fullbacks to town this season. 6, I think it's 6 from Andrew. Johnson got a couple as well. It's one of those, but they got back into it. Stockton, turns Harrison Holgate, holds it up and just goes for it. And, Cole Stockton, Cole the goal. I said before, he scores goals and he does it at that level. And, very good goal. Very, it really hard. And the limbs in that Morecambe, one of the best I've ever seen. And I probably deserve it overall. And Morecambe have got everything that they need to do to avoid this drop. They might not have the quality of other teams, but they have heart, they have endeavour, they have fight, they never stop running. They have a system, they have a plan, they have a manager that cares. And I'm not saying that Fleetwood don't, but Fleetwood are absolutely embarrassing at this moment. I've never seen a Fleetwood performance in that long that looked half-arsed, if I'm honest with you. I thought, they looked flat. I thought they'd stopped playing. I just thought they'd, given up, really. And, sides that are down there, you don't want to give up, because when you give up, that is the end tell. Because Fleetwood don't have a lot of ability, I'll be honest with you. They have some decent players. They've been unlucky with injuries, Rossiter, Hill, Harrison Holgate. Then you got your Hallidays, your Darnell Johnson to add into that. James Hill's out for a long period of time as well. Rossiter's out till the end of Christmas. It's not great. It's not great. At home this season, they've lost they've only won 2 first 9 home games, drawn 2, lost 5. They've only won one of the last 11. They've lost 6 of those. Not great at home. They go to a tough Oxford side tomorrow. I just worry for this Fleetwood side, and I've backed us all the way, but we could be in trouble. And I've never heard Fleetwood that toxic as the other day. They want the manager out. Where I stand on Grayson, I just still don't understand who could come in and do a better job than him right now. And it's a tough gig. And January is massive. The funding is magnificently stopped. I'm not blaming Andy Pilley for that. He's done amazing to get us where we are. But I just think this could be Fleetwood's Achilles heel, and they could struggle this year. But I'm taking nothing away from Morecambe. Morecambe were hard to break down. They deserve the 3 points. Fair play to them. When they go again, they need to keep that next batch of 5. Don't go lose next 5. Go and keep winning now, and that should be their aim. And that was a stepping stone. They need to keep getting better now. Morecambe 1. MK Dons 1, Burton 1. What is again? That is 5th goal in 10 since joining on loan from Cardiff. Again, he did really well when he was at CREWE. He scored 13 goals there, and that's 6 wins in 9 home games at MK Dons. The only sides that have failed to beat at home this season are Sunderland, Sheffield, Fulham, Sunderland and Fleetwood being 2 of those. Go on the card, you know, and Rotherham being the other one, Fulham. My mind's all over the Championship. I don't know why, because my team's going the other way. Maybe a couple of years ago. Bolton, again, they've, you know, failed to score in the last 4 League One games. It's a worry for them. Accrington, Accrington at home and Doncaster at home coming for Burton next, sorry. Failed to have a shot in their last 2 home games, sorry. Not great. Not great for them. Hasselbank, when he first came in, did really well. But hit and miss since. And the squad is, you know, where it's at. I think they've hit the level, you know, mid-table in League One. I think they would have accepted that at the start of the season. Second goalkeeper is a coat in the Prem, love it. But MK Dons are a tough side. They're in the playoffs for a reason, and great result, great clean sheet at home. And Portsmouth, they are on the roll. They break into the top 10. They're only 5 points off the playoffs, 7 wins from 18. And I think they're 7 unbeaten now in all competitions. They've won 5 of those. Back-to-back wins. A last-minute winner, Marcus Harness, with his 7th goal of the season. But Wimbledon are struggling. They've got the worst away record in League One. Fleetwood are just above that. They have lost 5 of the 9 away games, lost 4 of the last 5 as well. You know, they have beaten, you know, Morecambe just recently away from home and got a result away at Lincoln. But Portsmouth is a tough place to go. We're going to come back to your comments and then go back to the last 3 games before we go in. So last 3 games, look at the table, a look for Tuesday and a Q&A. To finish with, massive Pompey. So it's all League One club, but for Cods Fleetwood, they're very similar to us in the relegation battle. Newcastle Norwich will go down, I think, either Watford, Burnley or Leeds. Fleetwood, I love them, but Fleetwood could have picked up Pompey, Sunderland, Sheffield Wednesday, Plymouth, and you pick Fleetwood. I agree, Ben, great points. Can you shout out Sam Barton? Go on. There you go. Nathaniel Mendes-Lang, exactly. Great signing. He just needs to concentrate on his football. Say Morecambe fans of 60 years say that was the best away in their memory. Thanks, people, for being part of it. No worries, mate. Fleetwood get battered everywhere we go, remember. So, you know, you've got to beat us. I'd like to subscribe now, because even though I watched the Premiership, thank you. Been in A&E for an hour because of Stockton's banger. What a man. What a man. Fair play. If you didn't break your finger, or, you know, have too many Jaeger bombs, have too many, you know, pints in the pub, you know, it's not an away game. I think Hasselbank is just in the chat job. I did. Massive 3 points for Sunderland on Saturday. But Rotherham got a great result. 3-1 at home to Cambridge. And that is 11 games unbeaten. And let's go through their numbers in those 11 games. 7 wins, 4 draws, scored 25 goals. That is, what, 2.5 a game, pretty much. You know, conceded 6. That's half a goal per game, pretty much. Out of those 11 games, they've got 1-0. The other 10 games, this is a massive factor why they're doing well. They scored first in every single game and got a result. You know, 3, yeah, they did draw. You know, CREWE last minute, you could look at that. Lincoln, you know, they were 1-0 up. Charlton were 1-0 up. But 24, you think about it, 25 points from 11 games is unbelievable record. You know, this season they got 10 wins to their name. You know, 4 draws, 3 defeats. They scored 32 goals, only letting 13. They're 34 points. If they win their game in hand, they will go top of the tree. What a job Paul Warne is doing. Michael Smith scores goals. Freddie Ladapo scoring goals. You got Barlaser, Wiles, Rathbone doing the thing. Got wing backs chipping in as well. I really like this side. Cambridge conceded 7 in the last 2 games. You need to forget that. You know, they've conceded the same as CREWE, which is a worry for them, but they'll be more than fine this season. At home, they've only, you know, they've won 3 games at home, drawn 4, lost 2 away, 2 wins, 3 draws, 4 defeats. So 13 points at home, 9 points away. So pretty much they're not great at either. They're pretty much, you know, pretty consistent, which is very good. For a newly promoted side, they just got to keep on that trend. 22 points, 7 above the drop. Need another 30 to be safe, but they can surely get 30 points from the remaining 28 games. Still a long way to go in this marathon League One season. Sunderland 2, Ipswich Town 0. Now, Ipswich, it's Groundhog Day for them. It's the same old story. And it's like, they're always 7 points off. Then they get a great result and go, right, 4 points. We could go literally within touching distance, and they lose that game. Now, let's go through their record against the top 8 teams this season, because that's what's pegging them back. If you look at the teams above them, including Portsmouth, they got a great result away at Portsmouth in the couple of weeks ago in the midweek. Plymouth away against top of the league, they did lose 2-1. Rotherham at home, they play tomorrow. We'll get into that in just a bit. Wigan away, they play on the 11th of December. And then, some big games coming up. Wycombe away, great result, 4-1 away from home. He's really turning it on. It's something about Ipswich and Tuesday nights. They won a 6-0, a 4-1. A 4-1 again. It's unbelievable. MK 2-2 draw at home earlier in the season. Sunderland away, they lost 2-0. Wednesday at home, they drew 1-1, got a last-minute equaliser. And Oxford at home, they drew 0-0. They also play Sunderland in a couple of weeks as well, in that pack-out Portman Road game. But they just need to keep going, keep on the consistency, and keep winning games. Sunderland, great result for them after losing the last 3 games. 9 in McGeady on the score sheet, back into the playoffs, 31 points, 16 games. They've won 10, lost 5, drawn 1. Just need to keep winning now, keep that consistency up, and hopefully don't let it slip. Wycombe 1, Bolton 0. Bolton 4 games away from home where they have failed to score. They got absolutely battered by Stockport in the cup. Sam Vokes with another goal for him. That's 5 goals and 3 assists since his summer arrival. 7th home win out of 9 games. They did lose the previous 2 to Ipswich and Portsmouth, but Wycombe are back in the playoffs. Are 4th currently, 18 games played, 10 wins, 4 draws, 4 defeats. Scored 27, only letting 21. They are literally on level points with Rotherham in 2nd and 2 points behind Plymouth on the same games played. They're 5 points above 7th. Gareth Ainsworth doing a fantastic job there. Again, let me know some of your standout performances from the weekend from players. Cornaboo, Luke Lee, Jones from Morecambe, Stockton, Williams, the 17-year-old for CREWE, got man of the match and got awarded with Jaffa Cakes, a CREWE water bottle, and a bag of Walker's crisps for winning man of the match because he couldn't accept champagne, but definitely off to the park. Just hit 4 cans of dark fruits with his mates to celebrate while playing Longies later on the day. Let me know your guys' thoughts before we go into Tuesday's batch of fixtures, and these are absolutely massive for some football clubs. Then we'll go into the table. But no, we'll go to the table now. Again, bottom 4, CREWE on 12 points from 18.66 points per game. Doncaster, Fleetwood and Shrewsbury also add up that bottom 4. Gillingham and Wimbledon are slipping. Wimbledon, Fleetwood only played the 16 games though with games in hand. Fleetwood and Wimbledon do play each other on Saturday, which could be an interesting matchup. Then you've got Morecambe on the rise. Morecambe 18 points, 3 points adrift, but they're only 4 points off 12 or 5 points off 11. So it's that tight in League One. It really is. These 3 games a week are absolutely huge when you get to this stage of the season with Christmas. It's literally, I think the next few weeks are literally Saturday, Saturday, Papa John's last 32, Saturday, Tuesday, FA Cup. I think you got FA Cup, then you got Tuesday, Saturday. A couple of other teams have got a Tuesday on that 14th, Saturday, Boxing Day, 29th, first. Then it's just relentless around Christmas. It really is. It's really hard. Lincoln, Burton, Cambridge, Bolton, Accrington, Lincoln, all up and down. But Charlton and Cheltenham rising through the gears into that top 12. Ipswich slipping. Pompey on the march, only 5 points, one of the form teams in League One at the moment. MK Dons, who are currently sat 6th in the form table, sit 5th in League One. Rotherham, who have won 4 of the last 6, drawn 2, sit 2nd as well. Again, pretty much the form teams in League One are Rotherham, Plymouth, Charlton, Oxford, Wigan and MK Dons. 5 of those 6 sit in League One playoff. You would expect Charlton to be in around it. The teams that are struggling at the moment are CREWE, Bolton, Morecambe, Fleetwood, Wimbledon and Accrington, who are all in a relegation zone, bar Bolton, who, had a decent start to the League One campaign. So, the table's going well. It's going to be interesting to see who's where in 5 or 6 games' time. But it's one game as it is, and it's going to be a long, long season. This. We'll come to your guys' comments. One of the best players was Leparto. Yeah, he's a good player. Dan Barr said best quarterback. Oh, exactly. Sunderland Bandit Club. I can't believe Portsmouth are above us again. But again, that's what form can do. Don't tell me Pompey are in good form for the return of the God at the Bank tomorrow night. I know, you just know what's going to happen. Yeah, exactly. Well, tomorrow, so we're going to go through each 12 games, and I want you to tell me the winner from each 12 games. We'll go through it. And again, there's some big ones in here. Wimbledon, who sit 19th in the moment, only 4 wins from the 16. They did start off, really well, like a, house on fire, really. Not great at home, but they're playing a CREWE side who've sold out their allocations to new grounds for a lot of supporters this year. And it's certainly for me on Saturday. 12 points, got a great result of the weekend. Still looking for that first away win of the season. A win could take CREWE all the way to 22nd, which doesn't sound a lot, but within touching distance of getting out of it. The weekend, they were, 7 or 8 points adrift. Now only down to 5. Huge that they get that victory for them, in my opinion. I'm going to go for a CREWE win. I think CREWE will surprise a few here. That win is a good feel factor. Clean sheet at home, 2-0. Good young lad getting man of the match, one of their own. Striker Chris Long. Larry, one of the midfielders. Getting on the score sheet. I'm going to go for a CREWE win. What are you guys saying? Wombles. And probably on the march. I like to see that. Keep going with your score predictions, guys. I'm going for a CREWE win against Wimbledon. I've had a couple for Wimbledon. AFC Wimbledon win, says Ian. Wimbledon are at home. You should expect them to win. I think teams at home nowadays should win games of football at home if you want to stay up against teams down there. But for me, I just think CREWE will go there and nick it. Wimbledon win, I think 2-1 or something. So a lot of disagreeing with me. A lot saying Wimbledon. I hope for a draw personally, so Wimbledon stay down there. But again, play Wimbledon on Saturday. Burton at home against Accrington. Stanley, who are they? Accrington on a little bit of a slip right now. Need to get back to winning ways. Burton aren't in the greatest of form. Normally better at home. You've got a cup, a good FA Cup tie coming up. Chance to bounce back. I'm going to go for a draw in this one. I think it's 2 evenly matched sides. 2 sides that will be, up. They'll keep going above each other in the table. I don't think either side will be worried about the bottom 4. Both have, decent managers, decent squads, decent goal scorers. I'm going for a draw in that one. 0-0. Yeah, it's just got 0-0 written all over it. Trying to go on a run. Who knows? There's always that side. Millwall have done it, went up. Barnsley did it, went up. Charlton, bit early to call, but they're going well. No. What do you think of Mendes Lang? He's a great signing. He just needs to concentrate on his football. He was excellent at Rochdale. He did quite well at Cardiff for the early part of his career. Then obviously terminated his contract. But back in League One, chance to shine. And, Fleetwood gave Ched Evans an opportunity. And Ched Evans was, in my opinion, the best striker to play up front for Fleetwood in the EFL. One of him and Paddy Madden. So, very, very good. Opportunity for him, and he's got a chance. He can just concentrate on his football. Draw. Brewers win narrowly. Yeah, it's not going to be. One of those. Cambridge are at home against Wigan. Wigan again. Tuesday nights under the lights. Ooh, that's where they normally struggle. But I'm backing a Wigan win. They've won 11 of the first 16. Fresh, didn't play Saturday. Cambridge again conceded a lot of goals. Better at home, but I'm going to go for a Wigan win. Wigan win for me. Going to watch Wednesday versus Wycombe next week. Nice 1-0. 2-0 to Wigan. We've got there. Wigan win. I reckon 9% of big 6-4. Yep. Charlton win 3-0 tomorrow against Morecambe. Brave decision. Gills against Cheltenham. Now, Cheltenham have come into this game with nothing to lose. I think they played each other in the cup a few weeks ago. They've got absolutely nothing to lose and absolutely everything to gain. If they win tomorrow, they are 50% safe. That is their marker. But Gillingham at home, desperate to win. Cheltenham got nothing to... I think Gillingham will scrape this 1-0. I just think it's one of those, Gillingham can go into 20 points, which again is a little bit of a marker because you're getting out of the teens, getting into the 20s, and then look, the next batch of 10. But then you think about it, you think 17 to 52 is a big gap. When you look at it from 20 point of view, it doesn't seem as big. So it's a huge mentality booster for me tomorrow. They've only won 3 of the first 18, but they've only lost 7. They've got only Lincoln in that bottom half. Only Lincoln and Cambridge in the bottom half have lost less games than Gillingham. So for me, even Charlton, who are 12, have lost less games. So for me, I think Gillingham just need to turn those draws into wins, keep that consistency going, score a few more goals, and I think they'll be just fine. Gillingham decent, I reckon a draw, 0-0. Got to see a Cambridge win. Wow. Over Cambridge win. Gills on a mess at the moment. I think it's harsh, but they are. It all depends if Steve Evans stays at that football club. Like Fleetwood, in an embargo, can't spend much money, struggling financially, and the squad is a very young squad with a mix of good players. Anyway, on to the next game. We are going for Ipswich against Rotherham. Ooh, second in the league, 11 unbeaten against up and down Ipswich. I'm going to go for a draw. I think Ipswich are a good side. They've shown quality, especially at home. Breaking down those sides has been a struggle at home, really. But Rotherham are a very, very good side. Hard to break down. Don't concede many. 6 goals conceded in 11 games. It's what you want. It's what you want. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. 3-1. Wow. 2-0. 2-0 Rotherham. Yeah, bit of mixture there. Lincoln against Portsmouth. Wow. Lincoln need a win just to kind of keep up that win, draw, lose one. They've won 5, drawn 6, lost 6. But Portsmouth on a roll. Danny Cowley comes back to his home. I think he'll go there and get a result. Got a great result away at Wycombe. Very good result there. Wimbledon at home are a horrible side to play against. Hard to break down. Really compact when they go away from home. I know they're not the greatest, but they're an horrible side to play against, which you want to be, really. They're up to 9th in the table. Harnes is scoring goals again. He's 7 goals now. For that man, Michael Jacobs comes back. Ellis Harrison did make a joke with him on the pitch the other day. I'm going to go for a Portsmouth win. Slender. 2-0, 1-1. Wow. Rotherham 0. Rotherham 2-0. Wow. Best side to come to MK Dons this season. I think a lot of sides will say that about MK Dons as well. Best side to play against. MK Dons on the day are unplayable. Just these little matchups in League One, how good they are. 1-1 draw. Rotherham 2-0. 3-0. Tomorrow. Imps 2, Portsmouth 1. It's one of those where I don't really want to put it on my bets in, but Portsmouth are a decent shout. Morecambe against Charlton. Morecambe, again, that result was massive for their mentality. If they tomorrow can go and get a point and make it 4 points from 6, all of a sudden the fans can breathe that little bit lighter, and they backed up that great result away. And Fleetwood in the Lancashire derby, winning it in the last minute. The mentality is going to be there. They're going to be absolutely bouncing. No tired legs at all. But the same's going to be from Charlton. They've come from a rocketing atmosphere away, a tough place in the, away to Morecambe. They're going to take a great following. I'm going to go for a draw in this one. Morecambe, where I was impressed with their shape the other day, how they got back in. Every time Fleetwood crossed the ball, they literally, knew the game plan, stuck to it, and were organised. Time for Lincoln to get back on track. Comfortable for the Imps. 2-0. 2-0. 1-2, 2-1. Fair enough. Oxford against Fleetwood Town. Now, Oxford have 13, I say 13 players out. They haven't got a goalkeeper, but they're playing a Fleetwood side that have won 1 game in 11, are struggling, manager close to possibly the exit, are 3 points adrift of safety, only won 3 games this season, only won 1 of 7 away games, lost 8 of the 16, conceded 29 goals, and Oxford still have a very strong side. By the way, if we had 13 players out at Fleetwood, we'd have about 5 outfield players left. I'm going to go. Fleetwood are going to upset us here. 1-1 draw. We're going to nick a point. We're going to go, and then Grayson's going to cup hold. They all stand. You know when Mourinho went to Juventus, like that. We've nicked a point, boys. I'm happy to take that on the coach. Come on, lads. I'd take a point tomorrow. I would. But Oxford are a good side regardless. But Fleetwood should be looking at to win this game of football. They really should. You know, if you can get 4 points out of this and Wimbledon, it's absolutely massive for the football club. Fleetwood 2. There is a win coming for Fleetwood, joking aside, in my opinion. Fleetwood 2, Andrew Morton, Pray. 4-0 to the Cards, 1-0 Oxford. Is it still on Nappers? No idea what you're on about. 4-0 Oxford, sorry, Nappers. Yeah, I've got the Wednesday, Sunderland, Derby, Forest, Charlton, positive, all tiny clubs. Oh, controversial in there. Wednesday, Plymouth against Wycombe. Wow, the Plymouth hard game starts now. It's first against fourth. You know, Wycombe have struggled a bit of late, but got back to winning ways the other day. I'm back in a Plymouth winning this one. I think 2-0, back on the winning ways, back to a clean sheet, and back to 3 points. What we're saying, 3-2 Plymouth, says Dom. Very positive for Argyle. There, I agree. I think Argyle will get a win. You know, still a very good side, you know, forgetting what happened the other day. 4-3 Wycombe. I know they've been involved in a lot of goals lately. You know, 3-3 or 4-1. You know, 1-1-0 the other day. But I think they'll win this one. 1-0 Wycombe. Ooh, some controversial ones here. 2-0 Wick. 1-0 Wycombe, last minute limbs, pyros, bodies everywhere. And that's a fucking title sorted. Wednesday against MK Dons. Oh, tell you what, these League One games are getting feisty. We've got some big ones in there. Wimbledon against CREWE at the wrong end. Lincoln against Portsmouth at an interesting stage of the season. You know, you've got Oxford against Fleetwood in 2 different ways, one going for the playoffs. Plymouth against Wycombe. You've got IPSWICH against Rotherham. Oh, tell you what, I'm going to go for a draw in this one. Wednesday, love drawing at home. I'm going to go for a draw, 1-1. And Dom agrees with me. He's going for a 1-1 draw as well. Wycombe to Bournemouth to submission, 1-0. Yeah. Next up, Shrewsbury against Sunderland. Shrewsbury did beat Sunderland last season on a Tuesday night. Can Shrewsbury do it again at Newhouse Meadow? I'm going to go for a Sunderland win, 2-0. You know, back to winning ways. You know, stun the Shrews, get a great result, and the back-to-back wins, and all seems lively again. Menkidons won't get exactly. It's all on that. And finally, say 2 on Wednesday. Yeah. And finally, we're going to the 8 o'clock kickoff. Bolton against Doncaster. Bolton better at home than they are. Doncaster still yet to win away. I'm going to go for a Bolton win in that one, 2-0. Another win for Wanderers at home. They played CREWE just a couple of weeks ago, got a win. So if they can get 2 wins from the bottom 2 in League One, it's business well done and back to winning ways. 1-0. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. Now, guys, this is your opportunity to ask me anything you would like. We've got about 10 minutes of the show remaining. If you'd like to ask me anything, if you could like today's stream, we're currently on 27 likes. I think we can absolutely get that up to 50. If you've not liked the stream yet, smash that like button, subscribe, because we're trying to 8,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And you, by liking the stream, are helping me engage new viewers into the channel. The Morecambe vlog has done absolutely amazing. It's got over 5,000 views. Thank you very much. Just wanted to see Stockton scoring and me crying again. So you get liking, get subscribing, and we'll come to your guys' comments in just a moment. And breathe, guys. This is the time I like this show, because we can breathe. Got 0-0 all over it. Ben, what team do you think will finish in the playoffs? We get asked this every week, but for me, I think it'll be the top 6 now. I do. I'm not going to say what order, but I think it'll be in that top 6 now, pretty much. I don't think Plymouth will win the league. I think Rotherham or Wigan will win the league personally, and Plymouth will be in the playoffs. And then it'll just be a mix and match up between the others. Bolton 4-0. Yeah, I get it, mate. I get it. Painful. Absolute painful. I know you don't think Grayson will get sacked. If he does, do you think Sheridan's a good choice? Is that really what it's come to? Like, does everyone really think John Sheridan's a better manager than Simon Grayson for what he did in 13 games? You've got to remember, look at the squad John Sheridan kept up compared to now. That squad that Sheridan kept up was a very good one. Like, very good. Jordi Hawula was in that squad, a decent League One player. You know, you've got Louis Cullen, who's now playing in the Championship, a very good player. You've got, who else did we have? I think we had Bolger in that side, you know, a decent League One player. Bobby Grant at the time was a fighter, was a warrior. You've got Ashland, who was very good at that time. You've got Wes Burns, who, you know, did really well every 100 games. You've got, you know, Kyle Dempsey in that squad, who, you know, was a very good player. So when you look at it now, our squad is very depleted. You know, I think we're down to a 22-man squad, you've got to remember. And Hill's injured. You know, Holgate's just come back. You know, Darnell Johnson's injured. That takes it down to 20. Roster's injured. We've got a lot of youth and we're relying on a lot of players, and they just can't do it every week. And it needs some serious thought in January. Send Edmondson back and go and get 3 or 4 big players. You know, key areas. Go and get another centre half. Go and get another midfielder. Nick another striker. Maybe go and get 2 defenders, really, because that's where we're struggling. I would stick for Grayson for the next 3 or 4 games. Then if we haven't won, you know, if we haven't picked up the necessary points, then I'd get to 20 games. Give him 4 more games. I know it's dangerous saying that, and I'm not going to put it off forever, but I don't see sacking him now is going to help. Oxford away tomorrow, an opportunity with them depleted and Wimbledon. If we win those 2 games, all of a sudden, we could be sat 18th, 19th next week, 4 or 5 points above the drop. Then all of a sudden, you just think you forget about what's happened in the last few weeks. So it's a huge week for Fleetwood. You know, the next 4 games are against Oxford are going to be looking to get into the playoffs. Wimbledon are going to be looking to stay up, which is their aim every year, which is fine. I respect that. Then I think you play Bolton and Gillingham. So you're playing 2 sides that are in the bottom 6. You're playing a Bolton side that are up and down, you know, don't do very well away from home, and you're up against a side up in for promotion. Out of those 4 games, the minimum points needed is 6 or 7. So simply, you can't get less than that. And if it is, we have to have a look. But is John Sheridan really the right man? Let's see. I like Sheridan. He's a top bloke, but I don't think it's an improvement. Yeah, let's go. No, let's bring Joey back. That's what people want. But people don't understand that he won't come back, and we don't want him back. You know, Jesus Christ. You said Ipswich last week are in the place you've changed your mind after 1 game long. No. It's all between that top 6 and Ipswich for me. You know, thing is with Ipswich, you've got to remember they played 2 more than Sunderland, 1 more than MK Dons, 2 more than Wigan, 1 more than Rotherham. And every time they get to a needing win, they don't. And they bottle it. They do. They bottle it. And the 7 points off, the 24 points, to be honest, right, they're less than 1.5 points a game. So how are we really looking at Ipswich? Let's be honest. You know, yes, they've improved. But 6 wins, 6 draws, 6 defeats isn't really good enough. You know, I think they're getting better. I do think they'll be around the top 6. I think it's all our Plymouth do. Because I don't see Wycombe, MK Dons. It'd be all between Plymouth and MK Dons how they do for it to get in. Because you're going to have to. If you're thinking about it, 28 games to go, you're on the 24 points. How many points would I say you need? I'd say 75 to get into League One playoffs this year. So you're looking at 51 points from 28 games, right? So what's that? 84, and you want in 51. So 51 from 84. You can afford to drop 33 points this season. That's it. Yeah, that's 11 defeats. Or you could even say, 6 defeats, you drop 3, and 7 or 8 draws. It's massive. These next 2 games are massive, and those pack out Portman Road games, they need to get behind the lads. It's worked for Charlton. If you get behind those lads and get 3 points, I hope Ipswich do. I'm a big fan of Ipswich. I think the fans are absolutely amazing. I think the squad is amazing. I think they're getting better. I think Cook is assembling a good squad, but they need to hit the ground running, and they need that bit more consistency. They are getting it, but that constant game where there is that little bit of a blip. Accrington Stanley, blip. Wednesday at home, draw, blip. Good sides get 1.5, 2 points a game. That's the necessity of it. And Ipswich have got to stop doing that. They've drawn too many games inside above them. What do you honestly think are the most team? Oh, I like every team. Like, I don't have a bias to any other team in League One at all. People think I do. I don't. I respect every team. I respect every team what they've been through. I like sides doing well. I like the newly promoted sides doing well and having a go. I like seeing Cheltenham do well. I like seeing different teams in the bottom 6 every year. I don't want to see the same bottom 6 fighting out like you do in the Premier League. Fleetwood, Doncaster, and Shrewsbury. Fairly new to the bottom 6, really. Shrewsbury, have been near it, but are pretty much consistent all the time. And it gives other teams a chance to do really well. Everyone is writing off Plymouth. I think it's ridiculous. John Sheridan has failed at more clubs than I've had hot dinners. He always does well up north, though, doesn't he? Do you think we'll hold on to Shaden Morris? Until the end of the season, at least, yeah. I'm more worried about Hill and Matete. But Matete was awful the other day. Could he heck? I support Sunderland, but I don't think Sunderland will beat Shrewsbury. I think it'll be a tight thing. Not the time he's going anywhere, but I think I can throw Gary Brazil into that to replace him at the end of the season. Forest Academy manager who is brought through Walker Grant. It's actually, Tony, when you think about it, that's what Pilly's wanting to do, and he might have a look at the under-23 market, and look at managers that have come through that way, and Southgate was England under-23 manager, and he's getting these rewards now with those players that he's worked with before. Good choice. I like that. Neil Warnock, no thank you. Fleetwood's going down with no money in the bank. Tell you what, can't wait. Turn into a League One champ and get relegated. Oh dear, that's what it's going to be. I'll tell you a story. I was going to go out the other night and Fleetwood lost, and I was not in the mood, so I just sacked it off and went to bed and cried. So, football for you. Yeah, I get that. We're a bit inconsistent. You just got to win games of football. It's as simple as that. And in League One, you've got to be nasty. The games have been a bit too soft over the 3 years in League One. Hey, Blackpool, don't mind the Pleasure Beach. Generally, after Saturday, would you say Morecambe have enough to stay up this season? I'll be honest with you, I redid my table prediction, and I should never have done it. My Fleetwood were 21st in my table, and I put Morecambe there. I put Fleetwood, and I did it. I was biased. I shouldn't have been. That was poor from me, I'll be honest. But Morecambe, I said at the start of the year, they've never been relegated in their history. They've got something to prove. Everyone's putting them in the bottom 4. They've got heart. They've got endeavour. They've got a manager that wants to prove himself. Did very well at Motherwell. Didn't really get a chance at Oldham. Got a good squad there he's assembled. Got good attacking players. Got Stockton who's scoring goals. Got decent players at the back. Now experience. I do think they'll need to add in January for them to stay up. But they've got everything. They've got what a team should be in. I like unity, and that's what Plymouth got at the top of the table, and Morecambe have that. Look at the way they celebrated together. Where did they go to? Where was Stockton? Stockton went before he even went in. Went to the fans. What did the goalkeeper do? Run. What did the manager do? All as one. The fans said after. The players said after with the fans. You can't beat that at a football club. And when you get that, you win. You just win. Teams in the Championship who are on good form at the moment. Huddersfield have got that good connection. Blackpool have got it. It pains me to say, compared to Preston in the Championship, they're miles apart. Fleetwood haven't got that. And, boos rung around. Only 4 players came and clapped. You know what I mean? That's the difference. You've got that feel-good factor in, you don't give up. You don't give in easily. And just need to stop conceding those early goals and those easy goals, and you'll be fine. Starting his magic away as the magic cat. Is there a Nando's near the stadium, man? There's a Nando's near Bolton. There you go. I know that for a fact. Fleetwood get battered everywhere they go. Everywhere we go. Even I was singing along to that the other day. Buzzing for Bolton away tomorrow night. Enjoy. Big result for you. You need it, don't you? You need to get up that table. We've got 5 minutes of a Q&A left. So get liking this stream on 33. Let's get close to 50 likes as well. Will this be first Fleetwood relegation you've witnessed? Yeah. I've seen 2 or 3 promotions now. 7 years in League One, and I am genuinely worried at the moment. Because I don't look at teams going up next season. A lot of teams in the National League have pumped in money. Wrexham, Chesterfield. There's a lot of big hitters coming up. Then you've got a lot of teams in League Two, wanting to get out desperately. Exeter, Forest Green Rovers are up there, Bradford. I'm worried, put it that way. I don't get panicky, but I was nervous on Saturday how I'm going to be on the last day of the season. Live stream for last day of the season for how intense I'm going to be. You can't do us. You have to get to our levels first. Bolton going down? No. When you play small clubs? No. Because Fleetwood normally do that. Josh Lane, lost game to go. Exactly. Hello, Ellis. Oh my God. I know. Steve Evans looks like a broken man. He does. And when Steve Evans looks like that, it tells you a lot. I think it's best if he parts ways. But if he parts ways, Chill's finish for me will go down this year. Because that bottom 4 will not stay the same. I'm telling you. There'll be 1 or 2 sides in that bottom 2 that get better. I'm just hoping we're one of them. But I think Shrewsbury will definitely get out of it. But CREWE or Doncaster, I think one of those will improve. More likely Doncaster. We'll have to lose Stockton in January for this, or the summer for a large 7-figure sit. Keep scoring. You sign him on a 2-year deal, which is your best piece of business in the summer by a mile. It's all about who you bring in, because it'll have to be £1 million for it to be worth it for Morecambe, because 500k is not worth it for Morecambe. He's probably only worth 500, 600, 700k, but for Morecambe he's worth much more than that. It's the same with Michael Smith at Rotherham. I say it every week. It's that same for Hardy at Plymouth. Same for a lot of the Wigan boys in there. Same for Scott Twine at MK Dons. These players are worth much more to their teams than they are to than they are really. And he's got a year left, and he scored 13 goals last year, got 3 assists. This year he scored 12, got 2 assists. A goal and assist already off leveling that, and he's a league up. Have a nice to see your beautiful, beautiful face. Thank you very much, Lewis. I appreciate that, mate. Top vlogger, mate. What's your videos from the Sunderland fan? Top man, mate. How are Pompey going to get when they'll finish? I think they'll finish in the top 10. I predicted 9th at the start of the year. They'll be there. Prediction for Wigan versus Plymouth on Saturday. We are going to predict games. Well, there'll be a Thursday live show, guys. Don't worry. I've got a lot of stuff going on this week, but there'll be a Thursday live stream. I promise you. If I do, again, they're the end of the questions. Again, we are going to end today's show here. A great show. I've enjoyed it. Plymouth currently sit top of our League One season. 18 games played, 36. We've got lots of games tomorrow, 12 to be played. We will be back with a match day vlog. We are travelling all the way to Oxford tomorrow, 12:30 set off from Fleetwood. I'll get back about 3 a.m. in the morning. Hopefully with a smile on my face after a Fleetwood win. But, bigger miracles has happened. It's not Easter. It's not the time for miracles. But again, that bottom 4 is looking tendency, and we are getting into that halfway stage of the season, that Christmas period, as we come into December, nearly halfway through that League One season. Some big game. There's lots of watch-alongs, lots of live streams coming, lots of League One. There'll always be at least one League One show every week. We've just had a week off for the FA Cup. We are fully back now. I can barely talk, as you can tell. But, again, it's been a great show. We'll be back Thursday at 7 o'clock for another hour on League One. Until next time, a big over and out. If you're new to the channel, please remember to like and subscribe. I appreciate everyone that's watched. Thanks, Captain Nut. Thanks, Tony. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, everyone that has tuned in. I really appreciate it. Until next time, go on the cards. Good luck to your team tomorrow, and I will see you tomorrow for another Matchday vlog. Get notifications on. I've been Cods Vlogs. Over and out from me.